Good evening everybody at home, good evening everybody that's in person. It's lovely to have you here on this hot evening. It's pretty warm, isn't it? But it's actually pretty cool in here. And what we'll do is we will sing, of course, but we'll also try and sort of take a relaxed approach to the choir rehearsal this evening. Got somebody coming along to try us out. This is Method, who is could be a soprano, could be an alto, but she's joining the altos for the time being. But we're not fixed in. People tend to sort of end up and stay in a group, but actually it would be nice to mix people around a little bit more than we do. So, and we've got 4 baritones here today, which is lovely. And yeah, baritones. Yeah. So we tend to do things in either 2 or 3 parts. We haven't really got strength enough in the lower voices to do 4 parts very often. So, and that's why baritones is a broader category. So that's why I call them baritones, because we're met. Okay, so I don't know about warming up, but let's just stand up. And I don't know if we need to warm up our bodies, but I think what we'll do is just get yourself in a nice position to sing with your feet hip distance apart. Nice relaxed shoulders. That's if you feel comfortable to stand up. If you want to sit, that's fine. And your head just nicely balanced on your shoulders. And let's just take a few deep breaths in. We'll do what we did, I think, last week or the week before. So, in through your nose and then through your mouth, like you're blowing through a straw. And then in through your nose. Slow as you can, out through a straw. Just controlling your breath. So we're not suddenly the air going out all at once, but just nice and gradually. So in through your nose, and then in through your nose, and then okay. Let's do a little gentle singing warming up. Now, we went to Salisbury last weekend, had a lovely weekend, and we were in the cathedral on, is it Saturday, Tim? Oh, there was a children's choir, and they were doing warm-ups. And we thought, oh, they were doing all our warm-ups, and they were very, very high, obviously because they're children, and also very perfectly pitched. But they did one that was "Have a Banana," which is a one that goes up the arpeggios. So give us some. Can we have it in the? Thank you. So have a banana. Did they go have? Now what did they do? Have a banana. No, they did. Didn't they do have a banana? That's what they did, I think. Let's do it again. Have a banana. Up, Tim. Have a banana. 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 You go higher, do. Have a banana. E. Okay, let's see if we can go one more. It must be a lot easier when it's warm, I think. So, okay. With This Is Me, with the sopranos, you had a note to pitch on one of the parts, and it's an octave jump. So I thought we'd do Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and we'll do that as a warm-up, because that's the octave octave jump that you're after for that song. So, starting with A again, Tim. We don't bother with all the performance, it's all too much today. You just stand with your arms by your side, unless you want to. you know, be a D. Or some. In their little jump that they have to do, it's actually the beginning of, what did I say? Oh, what did I say the song was? I've written it down.
Not This Is Me.
No. And This Is Me, so, it was a Scottish one. It was
My Bonnie Liza.
My Bonnie Liza. So it's the sixth. So it's My Bonnie. So it's that jump. So let's just do My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean and stop there. Start on A again, Tim. And My Bonnie. No, it's My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean. Da-da. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. And then up now. My Bonnie lies. Okay, listen. It's hard, isn't it? It's why we need to practice. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. One more time. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. Let's go up again. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. One more time. Oh, up. I meant sorry. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. Excellent. Good. So those are the jumps in those songs. All right. So do sit down. So this evening. The chairman, Donis. So what I'd like to do is one more run over Fields of Gold, and then we'll go through a few requests really of things that are some of our repertoire that we're going to do in September, and then we'll just use it as a little bit of a refresh, and then when we're all too hot, we'll go home. So let's start with Fields of Gold. Has everybody got Fields of Gold? Anybody need one?
If there are some, that's great.
Oh, sorry, of course you did.
Thank you.
Okay, so you're. Anybody else? Anyone more? That's it. That's good. So, let's just have a little reminder. So everybody's going to do.
It's too hot.
You thought she wouldn't do that.
Bear with me. What is the puzzle?
You can share mine.
I don't seem to have any.
I can give you the
I don't seem to have soprano
Thank
ones.
you.
but at least you have the words.
Yeah, thank
It's
you.
just, I'm not confident enough because when we're changing and when we're changing
Okay.
counter melodies, so I'm sorry, I'm not singing
No, just
yet.
I don't seem to have any of that part. Sorry. I have a spare here. Oh. But it's in the alto. It's in the part 2 one.
No, I'm fine, thank you.
Sorry, I don't seem to have one. So,
It's looking, I've given Beth my black and white
yeah.
copy, so this should be what it's
Right, okay, excellent. So, but you remember there's 3 different parts that you're doing. So we're in 2 parts. There's the tune, there's the ooze, and then there's the little counter melody. So let's just remember the tune together. So remember, we'll do the words for the first verse and the first verse repeat. You do the first verse, you do the first verse repeat. We'll just do it together though for now, okay? Give us a little intro to it just to get us in the mood. Quite high, go for it. Nice and smooth and legato, excellent. Let's do the ooze next. So that's from bar 13 is the first ooze, Tim. So that's sopranos first, and then you do the ooze the last time we go through. So you get to do it towards the end. So that's our starting note. And okay, then we've got the counter melody. So I'd like to do the words on, let's do the counter melody that the altos are doing, which is Will You Stay With Me? So, you probably haven't got that written down, so we'll do that. Just listen, and then perhaps come back. Have you got the?
You've got the words. But
that's the tune.
Yeah. It's the same words though.
Well, slightly different. So I'm going to do your words just because mostly we practiced the first time through, which is you. So will you stay with me? So you can just follow. I would just listen to the tune. It's down here. 1. We're on. 25 will do. Yeah, that's it. 1, 2, 3. So will you stay with me? Will you be my love among the fields of barley? We'll forget the sun in jealous sky as we lie in fields of gold. And it's altos and baritones together. One more time. Sorry, that was my mistake. Will you stay with me? Will you be my love among the fields of barley? We'll forget the sun in jealous sky as we lie in fields of gold. Try and remember, although love is at the end of the line, it runs on. Will you stay with me? Will you be my love among the fields? So you're going to take a little breath, do it after me, and see if you can carry on through on that section. Let's do your one, just for reminder's sake. So she took her love. 1, 2, 3. So she took her love for to gaze awhile upon the fields of barley. In his arms she fell her head down as we lie in the fields of gold. So that's the sopranos. Ian, that was the sopranos, not you. Okay. So you're with the altos on this one. All right. So let's try and do this, and we'll just try and sing in the right place. We do the end last time? Yeah. So we're all together on When We Walked in Fields of Gold. Can you give me the E, Tim? When we walk, so you're doing, when we walk in fields of gold. Yes. And then altos, you're doing, when we walk in fields of gold. When we walk in fields of gold. And baritones, well, you're actually separate. So you are, when we, oh Tim, sorry, can you give me the baritone line? I can't remember it. Right at the end. Yeah. Yeah. So I was going to do the same notes. When we walk in fields of gold. So you start all together. When we walk in fields of gold. So you've got a little jump down. When we walk in fields of gold. One more time. When we walk in fields of gold. Bit tricky, but we'll let it rest over the summer and then we'll give it another go in the autumn as well. So let's go from the beginning. I'll try and point to what you're doing. So do you want to, have you got the energy to stand, those of you that want to? Hello Alice. Let's see, two. Sopranos, just sopranos on the tune. Give us a little intro, Tim, from 41. That's our usual problem, is we get faster and faster. So, but the hardest bit, I think, is coming in at the right time. That's my problem. If you just look at me and I'll try and get it right. Sopranos, when you go from "so she took her love for to gaze a while," so your counter melody, "so she took her love for to gaze a while," you then go straight into the tune, so there's no pause there. Yeah.
The second time.
Oh, was it?
That was good with the second one, but I wasn't on. Yeah.
So, and then with the bridge, yes, it's kind of not, it's slightly counterintuitive, isn't it? It doesn't quite come in when you think it's. You don't. I'm getting some wrinkly noses. I'm sure we'll learn to love. So. I never made promises like you, and there have been some that I've broken, but I swear. You need to get that little butt in. But I swear it comes in quite quickly. In the day still left, and then it just goes down the staircase. We'll walk in fields of gold. So it's just a staircase down. All right. Shall we try and do it one more time? A little bit slower, Tim. And then we'll leave them. We're not slow. I was waiting. Convenient time. It's easier to sing faster, I think. Alice, I thought I've got a soprano one. I just don't seem to have the alto and baritone one. Okay, let's do it one more time. Well, let's at least start slower, and then we'll go from there. And actually, Mitch, do you want to just start the camera again? So stand if you want to. Try not to compete with each other if you can. yesterday the fields at Wakehurst were looking very golden, and they've been cutting some of the meadows. Hello, Ian.
The last line, 3 parts, what does that mean?
3 parts. So we've got sopranos, and we've got altos, and then baritones.
Okay.
So your line is. I've done a recording of this one on YouTube, so you can listen to that. I'll send it out again. So if you check my email, you can listen to it. And except I might not have done I think I might have only done it twice. I decided just for one extra line, I wasn't going to sing the whole thing through. So I think I've just got the 2 parts. So if we end up with just 2 parts at the end, I'm not that bothered, to be honest. It doesn't matter. No one apart from me, and maybe the rest of the choir will know, but the audience won't know. So they just know. They only know if you stop. That's kind of obvious, so just keep going.
Or put a face.
Or put a face. Faces. Just make it look as if you intended. Oh, just a smile, please. All right, so that was. I don't know if it's a "this is me" kind of day. That feels a bit energetic. What do you think? Should we give it a go? We've done the octaves and we've done the. Let's just give it one more practice. Yeah. Right. Let's do "This Is Me." You should just be grateful that I'm standing, because today. Did I see you yesterday? Well, I waved and I thought. We had 120 Year 7 girls yesterday and today at Wakehurst. So, and they were very. What's the word? They were amazing in lots of ways, but they were squeamish and they were hysterical. Oh my word! We had one that was ill, one that fainted, one that fell in a ditch. So anyway, they all went by in the end, so nobody broke any bones. Okay, I need my music now. Okay. Right. So the little bit that we need to practice is that we are bursting through the barricades and reaching for the sun. Do you think we can just do it from a cold start? Let's just give it a little rhyme and then we'll just sing it. We are bursting. So that's the sopranos. You are singing. And then we've got parts on "We Are Warriors." Okay? So let's just remember the soprano bit, because then we hook everything else onto that. So 1, 2, 3. We are bursting through the barricades and reaching for the sun. We are warriors, and that's what we've become. Okay, so let's leave it there. Then altos, you come in on "We are warriors." They go, "We are warriors, we are warriors," and then they go, "And that's what we've become." And you come, "Yeah, that's what we've become. We are warriors. Da, 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 da. Yeah, that's what we've become." Yeah,
Baritones too.
Baritones. You are something different. You are "We are warriors." So you start with everybody else. "We are warriors." And then you sing with the altos. "Yeah, that's what we've become. That's what we've become." Yeah, that's it. Perfect. One more time. "We are warriors. Da, 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 da. Yeah, that's what we've become." Excellent. Let's try that all together. We are 1, 2, 3. We are bursting through the barricades and reaching for the sun. We are warriors, and that's what we've become. And then it's everyone together on "I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place Somewhere.
Yeah.
For we are glorious. For we are glorious. Let's go from I won't let them break me down to dust. Give us the C, please. One. I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us. For we are glorious. Once more on that B flat, Tim. For we are glorious. For we are glorious. That's that's quite high for us.
Just think, I won't let them break me down.
No, because I don't know exactly how you do it. I want you to sing it all together, and then these songs, they have lots of funny arrangements, and it's all about kind of what we actually do and what you remember, because it will all come together. I hope. I can't really tell you at this stage. Just the notes for now. So, then you're doing my body, but you're not doing the knee, you're just doing that. So give us the B flat again. For my body, for we are glorious. For we are glorious. You actually got a different bit, hopefully. Hopefully. Otherwise you can join with them. For we are glorious. For we are glorious. Baritones, yours is the easiest. So we're going to go, I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us. Give me the B flat. And you're going to go, for we are glorious. For we are glorious. Aren't you all envious? For we are glorious. For we are glorious. Yours is tricky. Yours is tricky. Okay, let's go from the beginning and just see what happens. Remember with the oohs, when we get towards the end, it's up a third. So those of you who are new, just sing along. We've got some solos at the start. There's absolutely no information on there on who's doing what. So just follow everyone else. So let's give this one more go, and then we'll stop working on things and just have a bit of a sing along with some familiar ones. So we've got just the solo ladies to start with, and then I'll point and I'll sing with you, Anthony, for your bit.
Which bit?
You are, I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars.
I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars.
Yeah, and then you can carry on singing all the way from there, because the other ladies will come in. Okay, Tim? I need to remember 6 bars.
I'm not a stranger to the dark. I believe they say, because we don't want your broken hearts.
Hang on, whoa. No, that was my fault. I had the music. You were absolutely right. I had the music the wrong way round. Let's start again. That was perfect, but I just didn't help. One more time. Let's start from the beginning.
I'm not a stranger to the dark. I believe they say, because we don't want your broken hearts.
I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. By the way they say, no one on the wrong note. I used to know that, and now I've forgotten it. We'll come back to that in August. So, what we'll do with the rhythms of the words all the way through, the way they're written are not what we're singing, but we're beginning to come together to sing the same thing. So if there's one or two places where we're doing things slightly different, we'll try and tidy those up as we go through. But these modern songs are a bit like that. They're just very fluid, and it's for us really to decide how we want to do it, I think. So, okay, so I think that's enough hard work for you. So we've got various songs that the ones that we did when we performed in June, that we're going to keep going. So if you want to choose really pretty much anything that we did from those performances, and if you're new and haven't done it, then we'll give you sheets of music out. So we've got all words. So we've got Sia Humber, Dona Nobis, Beyond the Sea, Hear the Wind, How Sweet the Sound, A Million Dreams. Lazy Coconut we're not doing in September, but we could do this now. I think those are probably the main ones that you might like to pick from. So has anyone got a particular favourite they'd like to do? Oh, here's my list.
Yes, I've got a favourite. We could do Beyond the Sea.
Ah, good. I'm glad you chose that. It's like I planted you to say that. Beyond the Sea. Excellent. So, with this one, remember we start in unison, and then when we get to My Love Still Stands, we've got some parts that we did. Okay, so altos, you go, my love still stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sailing. Okay, and then it's in unison. Does that ring a few bells?
Yeah.
So good. And then baritones, I'm not sure if you remember this one. My love still stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sailing. Yeah? That bit, and then we're in unison from the Somewhere Beyond the Sea. And then baritones, you've got a little echoey bit that we do. Yes, it's far beyond the stars. Remember that bit? Yeah. I will sing with you on that. And then we've got 4 No More Sailings at the end. Can you give me a C? Because I probably wasn't even on the mic. So you'll go, no more sailing at the end. And you're going, no more sailing. And you're going, no more sailing. No more sailing. And then we practiced some notes at the end. And you were going, no, no. Give me the C again, sorry. No, I was right. No more sailing, yeah. Maybe. And you were going, no more sailing, yeah. And you're going, no more sailing, yeah. Very jazzy. No more sailing, yeah. Okay, let's see what happens. And basically enjoy it. And if we don't hit the right notes, as we know, that's not our modus operandi. It's all about having fun and singing. So stand up if you want to. Well, you know, a bit of improvisation never did anyone any harm. Okay? Somewhere done, sit down. The only problem with having a big concession has been to allow people to have a booklet for performing. You can't do the jazz hands so well because you're holding something. Lisa, who started the choir, was very, very hardline about not having words for performance. We had to learn everything. I have, after much pleading, persuasion, I've allowed people to have words. But there are some songs that are simple, so we don't really need them. They're simple, but when there's a lot, it's fair enough. Yes. Okay, another request? Hear the wind. Wendy.
We've got words for you.
Oh, yeah, we've got notes for Hear the Wind.
Evening, everybody.
Anybody
I'm
else? Yes, yes.
Lovely. For those who wish to, please stand. And the sopranos are leading us on this one, and the altos and the baritones are almost doing an echo, just so you know where we're coming from. When you're ready, please.
Yes, I was just thinking that. So I was thinking of what. Do you want to start as you're there?
Okay. Last week we were talking about making some charitable donations, as we usually do. And Marion and Anthony suggested that we make a donation to the National Autistic Society, which I would love to do because you know Connor is on the autism spectrum. So my proposal, if it's in agreement, is that we donate £100 to the National Autistic Society, 100 to the school, because we usually support the school, and we've got upwards of £350 in the kitty at the moment. So I also suggest that we donate 150 to the church, because it's nice to be able to support the church as they are allowing us to rehearse here free and for us. How does that sound? Perfect. Happy? Excellent. Motion carried. Okay. And Helen, Tim and I are in the process of setting up an email account specifically for choir to make sure that the admin of the choir going onwards is not all reliant on poor Helen having to send out all the emails. So over the course of the next few weeks, you will receive an email from Helen saying, please add Skins Hill Community Choir at hotmail. Whatever it is to your address books, so that after the summer the bulk of the emails will come from here. It just means we'll have everybody's email addresses together. Is that okay?
Yeah, lovely. And also what we'll do after the summer, some time ago Angela put together a contact list for the choir. It'd be nice to update that, and it's not just got emails, it's got whatever you want to share, whether it's mobile numbers or addresses or whatever. So it's nice to have that information if you're happy to. Yes, yes. Okay, so was there anything else on my list? Charity, social, don't forget the social. Next week the information went out by email. Did you get that, Molly? Did I send that to you? I'll send it out again, that's probably the easiest thing to do, because you know how emails are a bit buried. And you don't need to bring words and music next week. We might have a little bit of sing along, but it'll just be a cappella, just without whatever we've got. So hopefully it will, well if it is this hot, it will be cooling down in the evening. It might be a lovely evening. The temperature is actually very pleasant in the evenings at the moment. So. And then we're going to start again on the 24th of August, that's the plan. So we've got time to rehearse running into the SSW performance. So
We had a meeting today, the hall is now refurbished.
Oh.
And it was agreed by the committee that we will have puddings.
well, I tell you, Jenny, my goodness, if there hadn't been puddings, if they come, that would have been a deal breaker, I'm afraid.
Should I bring my guitar for entertainment?
Oh, you can bring, yes, that'd be lovely. Want to do that?
I remember doing that last
You did, I remember.
And he's got a wider repertoire this year.
Yeah, excellent, good, brilliant.
I've got 3 different songs and a bit more.
Oh, got to be, yeah, that'd be great.
So,
And great. So we've got 5 more minutes, just over. Is there anything else anyone thinks we need to? Lynn, I've got your email.
Oh,
So we've got the week after FSW, which is whatever the 20 whatever of
30.
which is, we said we would meet, and Mark Granger was offering to do a recording of the songs while we still had them up to performance standard. There's an event on for the Eco Week that's going on at the church and more widely across, I think it's the national thing, isn't it? And there's a talk that they want to have happening that day. It's the only day it can happen really. So I think we'll have rehearsed for several weeks. So I suggest what we do is actually take a break the following week. The week after we'll still be able to remember the songs, and if Mark's available we'll do recording. If he's not, we'll probably just crack on with Christmas actually. And if he is, we'll do those songs, enjoy singing songs we know, and then we'll have the anxiety of, oh God, I don't know this song, and we learn the new ones. So if that sounds okay, Lou, that's fine.
Thanks.
Brilliant. Okay, let's do one more song. Mitch, do you want to just stop and start the camera again? Any requests? Dona Nobis? Sia Humber or Dona Nobis? Dona Nobis, let's do Dona Nobis. I think we're pretty sure on that one, okay. For new people, we've got notes. It's a little one, easily lost. Just around, so everyone sings the same. So, Bethan, if you like it enough to want to carry on in the autumn, then just give me an email. Are these yours, Martin? Okay,
Right. So, we're going to sing in unison first of all. We're a bit soprano heavy tonight in the nicest possible way. So, and we're slightly alto and baritone light. So if you can kind of do our... If you can beat the soprano group for tonight, and you can do the baritone group tonight, that would be great. So basically number 1, number 2. Is that alright? For those of you who don't know, hopefully you'll get the gist of it as we go along, but we sing in unison and then we start off with group 1 on a round. Okay, and we're just going to go for it because it's nearly time to go home. Okay, those who want to stand up, please. Just to stack the chairs, so they're stacked at the back, so is that okay, Jenny? And I'll put those at the back. And then hopefully see lots of you next Wednesday. If you want to, it doesn't really matter if you haven't signed up, but if you do, it just gives an idea of who is coming and how many extras you're bringing, so it'd be nice to know. And who to expect as well. So, thank you everybody, and see you next week. Oh yes, so next week it's a campsite, so you need to bring whatever tables, chairs, kitchen sink, whatever you want. Just bring your own food. I'll send an email. Bye.